Doubts grow like roots, trapping their mind in cycles of what if. Have they ever wondered why things are so complicated, why this love seems so close and yet so far away? There is a desire to understand what has happened, or what is yet to come, but the answers seem hidden in a place they have not reached yet. With every gesture, every thought, there is a silent plea that echoes. Does they feel the same? Every choice they have made so far has been guided by an invisible but powerful force. Perhaps it's love, perhaps it's something more. But what they know is that this force has shaped their life in ways they do not fully comprehend yet. Memories of that person, the moments shared, still shine like stars on a cloudy night, bringing light amidst the darkness. But why then does the heart feel so restless? The fear of the unknown is a frequent visitor. What does he think when he is alone? Does he miss them in the same way? These questions, even if they remain unanswered, continue to linger in the air, filling the empty spaces with hopes and doubts. There are moments when the silence is almost unbearable, but they carry on, because something inside of them believes there is a purpose in all of this. They have been giving their best, even on the toughest days. Their patience, their care, their dedication. All of it reflects the depth of what they feel. But does he notice that? Does he understand how willing they are to fight for this love? These seemingly simple questions are actually the pillars of their deepest reflections. What they truly want is clarity, a direction, an answer. And so, there are those small signs that they try to decipher. A message they sent, a lingering look, something in the way they talk to you. All of this seems to indicate something, but what? It's hard to interpret, and this uncertainty only increases their need for answers. They wonder, is the universe trying to tell me something? Is there something that I haven't seen yet? The days go by, but the feeling remains. They try to focus on other things, on other people, but it's as if they are always present in their mind. As if the universe is conspiring to remind them of them at every moment. This can't be just a coincidence, right? There's something bigger at play, something that they are still trying to understand. And yet, they remain strong. Despite everything, despite the doubts and fears, they haven't given up. They believe there is something special in this feeling, something worth exploring. It's not just any love, of this they are sure. But how to know if they feel the same? How to understand what is going on in their heart? Time, they say, is the best medicine. But for them, time is also a test. Each passing day is a mix of hope and frustration. They want to believe that everything will be resolved, that the universe is on their side, but there are moments when doubt tries to bring them down. Is they thinking about them now? Do they also feel this connection? These questions don't leave their mind. And sometimes, they feel like they are fighting against something invisible, something they can't control. But they also know that there's a greater force working behind the scenes, guiding each of their steps. Maybe it's just a matter of time until everything aligns, until their paths cross again. And as the days go by, they feel like life is moving around them, but a part of them remains in a state of silent waiting. The uncertainties that come with this feeling are not easy to deal with, but at the same time, there is a strength within them that refuses to give in. It is not weakness to keep believing. It is courage. Because even without clear explanations, they know that this connection has something unique, something that resonates deeply within them. Have you ever noticed how certain emotions are impossible to ignore? It's as if something is constantly calling you, reminding you that there is something bigger at play. And even without all the answers, they carry on. They live, face the challenges of everyday life, but never lose that spark of hope. Not because it's easy, but because giving up simply isn't an option. There's something in this story that they feel is worth it. In moments of silence, when the mind insists on bringing doubts, they look within themselves. They seek to understand what keeps them going, what keeps this connection alive. And the answer is always the same: it's what they feel. It's not something that can be erased or ignored. It's real, it's genuine. And no matter how much the world tells them to move on in a different way, their heart knows the path it wants to follow. There are nights when the sky seems to speak to them, as if the stars are aligned to convey a message that they are still learning to interpret. In those moments, they say their prayer. It's not just a plea for answers, but a moment of surrender, of trust in something greater. They feel that there is an energy guiding all of this, giving them signs that they are on the right path, even if it seems uncertain. And it's in these moments that they realize the strength they have. Because not everyone can keep the faith in the face of doubt. It's not easy to believe in what cannot be seen or proven. But they believe. Not because someone told them to believe, but because something inside them insists that there is a greater purpose to all of this. Something they don't fully understand yet, but feel with every part of their being. They know they are not alone. Even on days when loneliness seems stronger, there is an invisible force by their side, holding them up when they feel like they may fall. This force not only guides them but protects them, reminding them that they are capable, that all of this has a reason. And this certainty is what keeps them going. It's what gives them the strength to face another day, even when answers seem so far away. Love, when it's true, has a unique way of transforming us. It teaches us to be patient, to see beyond the obvious, to believe in something greater than ourselves. And that's what they have been learning on this journey. They realize that loving is not just about waiting for someone, but also about discovering themselves, about understanding who they are in this process. And that, in itself, is already a victory. Nevertheless, there are moments when doubts appear. Are they on the right path? Does the other person feel the same way? These questions remain without clear answers, but they don't let them paralyze them. Because deep down, they know that what they feel is not in vain. They believe that the universe has its own timing, its own way of aligning everything. And this gives them the necessary patience to wait. Meanwhile, they keep living, but with their heart open to what is to come. Every moment of waiting, every shed tear, every smile that emerges unexpectedly has its place in this story. And they know that, somehow, all of this is contributing to something greater. Something they still cannot fully see, but feel is approaching. Have they ever noticed how small things can bring great signs? A song that plays at the right moment, a phrase they read by chance, even a dream that seems more real than it should be. These are the moments when they feel they are not alone, that there is something or someone guiding all of this. And in those moments, their faith is renewed. Because, even without all the answers, they know they are being taken care of. This journey is more than about them. It's about them. About their ability to love, to trust, to believe. It's about the strength they have, even when everything around them seems uncertain. And that's what makes them special. Because not everyone can love in this way. Not everyone can keep believing even when the answers seem so far away. And despite everything, they move forward. Because deep down, what they feel is greater than any doubt. It's greater than any fear. It's something they know is real, that is true. And no one can take that away from them. That is their strength, their light, what keeps them standing even on the hardest days. So they take a deep breath and decide to trust once again. Not because it is easy, but because they know it's worth it. They know that true love requires patience, requires faith, requires courage. And they have all of that within them. Even on the days when it seems difficult, they know they are capable. Because what they feel is not fleeting. It's something rooted in their soul. You look to the future with hope, even if the present is still shrouded in uncertainties. Because they know that every step they take, however small it may seem, is bringing them closer to what they desire. And that's what matters. It's not about how quickly you get there, but about the journey you take. And their journey, they know, is unique, special. The strength that guides them, that protects them, that gives them courage, is something they deeply feel. They know they are not alone, that there is something greater taking care of it all. And with this certainty, they move forward. Because what really matters is what they feel. And that, no one can take away from them. As the days go by, there's something they notice, even amidst his silence. There are small signs, as if the universe is conspiring to reveal truths that he hasn't had the courage to say yet. An unexpected message, a carefully chosen word, a gesture that seems out of place. All of this forms a puzzle that they try to piece together, hoping to discover what truly lies in his heart. And as they put the pieces together, their heart fills with doubts and hopes. It's almost as if they're waiting for something, a confirmation, a perfect moment that never seems to arrive. But what is holding him back? Is it fear of being vulnerable? Or does he believe he's not enough for you? These questions roam their thoughts, causing them to review every interaction, every word exchanged. They try to find the balance between trusting time and taking action, but the line between the two is so thin that it seems to disappear. Have they ever thought about giving up? But there's always something that pulls them back. Maybe it's the look he gave them that last time, or how he always seems to remember details about them that no one else notices. There's something about him that makes them believe, even when everything seems uncertain. It's that flame burning inside them, warming them on the coldest days, keeping alive the hope that everything will work out in the end. But does he feel the same? Meanwhile, Their mind tries to decipher what he really wants. It's hard to know if his silence is a cry of fear or a pause for reflection. They try to read between the lines, interpret every gesture, but the answers are not as clear as they would like. Every day is a new mystery, and they feel like they're on an emotional roller coaster. But still, something inside them won't let them give up. They wonder if he also feels the same connection they do. If he looks at the stars and thinks of them, like they think of him. The universe seems to be sending signals, but they're not sure how to interpret them. A song playing on the radio, a number that keeps appearing, even dreams that feel so real they leave them breathless upon waking up. All of this is part of a bigger picture, but how can they be sure of what it all means? There are times when they feel exhausted, as if they're carrying the weight of the world on their shoulders. Loving someone who seems so distant, even though they're so close, is a task that requires a strength they didn't know they had. But deep down, they know that this love is special. It's not like the other loves they've experienced before. There's something unique about it, something they can't put into words, but feel in every part of their being. And then there are those moments when you feel like they are about to say something. A hesitation in the voice, a look that seems to carry a million words left unspoken. It's in those moments that their heart races, hoping for a declaration, for a clear sign that they feel the same. But for some reason, the words never come, and you are left with more questions than answers. Is they waiting for the right moment, or are they just battling their own fears? You try to remember that they are human too, with their own insecurities and scars. Perhaps they are afraid of getting hurt, or maybe they are trying to protect you from something they themselves don't understand. It's hard to know what's going on in their heart, but you keep believing that there is a reason for all of this. True love, is never easy. But does they understand that too? Every time you think about giving up, something happens that makes you change your mind. A dream where you are together, a detail they accidentally mention, a feeling you can't ignore. It's almost as if the universe is conspiring to keep you connected, even if you are on different paths. And somehow, this gives you strength to keep believing. You realize that what you feel for them goes beyond words. It's a connection that transcends time and space, something you can't explain but you know is real. That connection is what keeps you strong, even when everything seems to be falling apart. It's an invisible force that pulls you forward, reminding you that true love is worth it. And deep down, you believe they feel the same. There is something magical in the way you see them. Even with all the imperfections, you can see the beauty that they may not even know they have. And that, is something rare. It's not every day that we find someone who makes us feel so alive, so complete. But do they know the impact they have on you? Do they realize how much you are willing to fight for this love? You try to be patient, but the waiting is hard. Every day that passes without answers feels like an eternity, but you know that patience is necessary. True love, you believe, cannot be rushed. It needs time to grow, to strengthen. And while you wait, you cling to the hope that they are feeling the same, even if they have not yet found the words to express it. Days turn into weeks, and weeks into months, but what you feel for them remains. No matter how much time passes, this connection is something you know will never disappear. It's like a flame that keeps burning, even in the strongest storms. And that, you believe, is what makes this love so special. But do they feel the same? You remember all the moments you shared, the laughter, the conversations, the looks. Each of these moments is like a piece of a puzzle, forming an image that is not yet complete. But deep down, you know that this image will be beautiful when it is ready. And that's what gives you the strength to keep believing, to keep waiting. And then you take a deep breath and look up to the sky. You say a prayer, asking for clarity, for answers, for strength. And deep in your heart, you feel that these answers are coming. That the universe, with all its wisdom, is working to align everything. You just need to trust the process, believe that everything is happening as it should. You know that love has its own reasons, but it's not always easy to accept the unpredictability of this feeling. Sometimes, it brings uncertainty, waiting, and even silence. However, there is something special in the way their heart insists on believing. Every time they think about giving up, something inexplicable happens, like an invisible force that reminds them why they started. Does he feel this same force? The signs keep appearing, even if subtly. They notice things that once seemed insignificant, the way they look at them, gestures that convey more than words. There is a care, an attention, that makes them believe that something deeper is happening. But why then, doesn't he open up? Is it the fear of getting hurt or losing something he considers essential? As they reflect on this, they remember moments they shared with him. They are not just memories but fragments of a connection that seems to transcend time. The way he made them laugh, how he looked into their eyes as if he saw their soul, is still engraved in their mind. These moments are more than memories. They are proof that something true exists between them. But why hasn't this turned into words yet? Doubt, however, is a persistent companion. It makes them question if they are interpreting the signs correctly or if they are just creating illusions. Still, something in them refuses to give up. There is a silent certainty echoing in their heart, reminding them that some things simply need time. Does he also feel this same certainty, even if in a different way? Days go by, and they continue to seek answers, trying to decipher what lies behind their behavior. At times, they seem so close, as if they were about to open up, but then they withdraw, as if something is holding them back. It's in this emotional back and forth that you realize how much they are trapped in their own battles. Do they know that you are willing to face them alongside them? What you feel for them goes beyond words. It's something that cannot be described or explained, only lived. And that's why you persist, even when circumstances seem adverse. You believe that true love is not something that simply happens but something that is built, even if slowly. Do they also believe in that? As you ponder on this, you feel a wave of hope remembering their small gestures. Perhaps they haven't spoken the words you long to hear, but their actions speak louder than they imagine. The way they care, how they find ways to be present, even if discreetly, are signs that something special is blossoming. But what is missing for them to take the next step? You try to be patient, but you know it requires immense strength. The waiting can be painful, but it's also a test of faith. Faith in love, faith in time, faith in what you have together. And as you wait, you realize you are learning more about yourself. You are discovering your own capacity to love, to forgive, and to believe. Is he also going through this process? Doubt comes back to haunt you, but this time, you face it with more courage. You know that the journey of love is never easy, but you believe it's worth it. What you have is rare, of that you are sure. Even though he hasn't found the words yet to express what he feels, you believe he also sees this rarity. Is he waiting for the right moment to open up? Meanwhile, they remember that true love is about understanding. It's about being there, even when things get tough. It's about seeing the soul of the other, even when they try to hide it. And they know that's what they feel for them. But does he also understand what it means to love in this way? The signs keep showing up, as reminders that the universe is working in your favor. A song that seems to speak directly to your heart, a repeated number, a dream that feels more real than reality itself. All of this gives you strength to carry on, even when doubt tries to bring you down. Does he also notice these signs? They know he is facing his own internal battles, but sometimes it's hard not to feel frustrated. They want to help him, want to be by his side, but they know he needs to take the first step. And while waiting, they realize that this journey is not just about him, but also about them. About their own strength, their own faith, their own ability to love unreservedly. The days may be long, but they remember that everything happens in the right time. Love cannot be rushed, and they are willing to wait. Because deep down, they know that what they have is something special, something worth it. And that's what gives them strength to carry on, to believe, to wait. Does he also feel this? With each passing day, they feel they are getting closer to something big. Maybe it's an answer, maybe it's a change, maybe it's just a moment of clarity. Whatever it is, they feel it's coming, and that gives them hope. Because in the end, they believe true love always finds a way. Does he also believe in that? You wonder what they think when they are alone. Do they miss you in the same way you miss them? Do they look at the sky and think of you, as you think of them? These questions remain unanswered, but you believe that time will bring clarity. Because deep down, you know that true love is patient, and you are willing to wait. And as you wait, you realize that you are learning to trust. Trust in time, trust in the universe, trust in love. And this trust, you realize, is what keeps you strong. Even on the toughest days, you know you are on the right path. Because what you feel for them is real, and that is something no one can take away from you. Love is often like a flame that needs to be nurtured to keep from extinguishing. You feel that this flame still burns between you, even though at times it may flicker. Every gesture of theirs, no matter how subtle, brings with it a renewed hope. But it is in the moments of silence that your patience is most tested. Does they feel this same warmth, this same strength that you feel? Have you noticed how they always find a way to be present, even without saying much? Sometimes it's simple messages, a lingering gaze, or concern disguised in casual words. These small gestures are like pieces of a puzzle that you try to put together. And with each new piece, your certainty that they feel something special grows. But why does they still seem to hesitate to take the next step? Their hesitation intrigues you. You try to understand the reasons, but you know that only they can bring those answers. Perhaps it's fear, perhaps it's insecurity. Or maybe they are waiting for a bigger sign, something that will give them the courage to open up. Meanwhile, you stay strong, believing that time will bring clarity. Every day, they feel like the universe is conspiring in their favor. Signs appear at the most unexpected moments, a song playing on the radio, a number they see repeatedly, dreams that seem so real. These signs give them strength to keep believing. Do they also perceive them and understand that they are messages from the universe? They are a complex person, and they know that. Perhaps that's what makes them so special to them. There are layers to them that they have not yet been able to unravel, but that attract them in an inexplicable way. It's as if they know that behind the defenses, there is a heart full of love and feelings that they have not yet found the words to express. And then, there are those moments when they seem about to open up. They notice it in their gaze, in their posture, in their hesitant words. It's as if they were seeking courage, trying to find a way to express what they feel. But for some reason, they stop, retreat, and the moment passes. This leaves them with more questions than answers. They try to be patient, but they know that patience has its limits. They desire answers, clarity, to know what truly goes on in their heart. But at the same time, they understand that they need their own time to process what they feel. And this is something they are willing to offer, even if it's not easy. There is something about them that makes them believe that all this is worth it. Maybe it's the way they make them feel special, even without saying a word. Or maybe it's the inexplicable connection they feel every time they are next to them. Whatever it is, that's what keeps them strong, that gives them strength to keep believing. The days keep passing by, and they realize that this journey is not just about them. It's also about them. About their own ability to love, to forgive, to hope. They are learning more about themselves, about their strength, about their resilience. And that's something that no one can take away from them. Love is, above all, a choice. And they have chosen to love, even when it means facing uncertainties and challenges. They have chosen to believe, even when the answers seem distant. And in making this choice, they are showing them, and themselves, what it truly means to love. Does he understand how important this is? They wonder what goes on in their mind when they are alone. Does he think of them in the same way they think of him? Does he feel this connection as deeply as they do? These questions remain unanswered, but something inside them believes that time will bring clarity. His small gestures are what keep them believing. An unexpected message, a smile that seems laden with meaning, a look that speaks more than 1,000 words. These moments are like sparks that keep the flame of love burning. And it is this flame that lights their way, even on the toughest days. They know he is facing his own battles, but that doesn't make things any easier for them. Loving someone who is trapped in their own fears and insecurities is a challenge that requires strength and patience. But they believe that this love is strong enough to overcome any obstacle. While they wait, they realize they are growing. Each day is an opportunity to learn more about themselves, about love, about what truly matters. And as they grow, they feel like they are preparing for something greater, something that is yet to come. Does he also feel this? The universe works in mysterious ways, and they know this. Perhaps that is why they continue to believe, even when everything seems uncertain. They feel that there is a greater purpose in all of this, that each moment of waiting is bringing them closer to what they desire. And it is this belief that keeps them strong. They are a mystery that you are determined to unravel. Every gesture, every word, every silence from them is like a clue that you try to interpret. And even though the answers are not clear yet, you feel like you are getting closer to the truth. Because deep down, you believe that love always finds a way. You wonder how it would be if they finally opened up, if they said what they feel. Would that change everything? Or would it just confirm what you already know deep in your heart? These questions continue to circle your mind, but you believe that time will bring the answers. Every day, you feel like you are getting closer to something big. Maybe it's a conversation, a gesture, a moment of clarity. Whatever it is, you know it's coming. And while you wait, you keep believing, because what you feel for them is real. And that, no one can take away from you. The journey you have been on alongside this feeling is full of ups and downs, But still, you feel that every step is worth it. The connection you share is rare, something you can't ignore, even if their silence is sometimes deafening. There is something sacred in this bond, something that transcends words and actions. And deep down, you believe that they feel it too, even if they have not yet found the courage to express it. You wonder what it would be like to hear from them what your heart longs for. Simple words, yet full of meaning, capable of dispelling all the doubts that have been haunting you. Does he know the impact these words would have on you? Or is he stuck in a cycle of fear and hesitation? Each passing day seems to bring you closer to this answer, even if it has not arrived yet. The signs of the universe keep appearing, as reminders that they are on the right path. A dream, an unexpected phrase, a gaze that lasts a little longer than it should. All of this is like a map that they try to decipher, searching for clues that will lead them to the truth. They believe that these signs are not there by chance. They are a reminder that there is something greater guiding all of this. They realize that their patience is tested at every moment, but that they are also becoming stronger. Loving someone who seems trapped in their own barriers is not easy, but they know that true love is not about ease. It's about perseverance, about believing even when everything seems uncertain. And they choose to believe because they know that this love is worth it. There are nights when they feel that the person is thinking about them, even if they don't say anything. It's almost as if their energy crosses time and space, reaching them silently. These moments are a mystery, but also a source of comfort. They remind them that, even when it seems distant, they are closer than they imagine. Does the person feel the same? Their small gestures continue to give them hope. A comment that seems casual but carries a deeper meaning. A concern they show, even without realizing it. It is in these details that they find the strength to keep believing. They know that the person is not perfect, but they also know that no one is. What matters is what they feel, and that is something that no one can erase. While they wait, they realize that love is, above all, a lesson. It teaches them to be patient, to trust, to believe. But more than that, it teaches them to grow. Every moment of doubt, every day of waiting, is an opportunity to learn more about themselves. And they realize that this journey is not just about the person, but also about themselves. You try to imagine what they think when they are alone. Do they miss you in the same way you miss them? Do they revisit the moments you shared, seeking answers to their own questions? These doubts remain unanswered, but something in you believes that they too are facing their own journey. True love, you know, is a daily choice. And you choose to love, even when it means facing uncertainties and challenges. You choose to believe, even when the answers seem far away. Because deep down, you know that what you have is something special. And that's what gives you the strength to continue, to wait, to believe. There are moments when you feel on the brink of a great revelation. It's as if the universe is setting the stage for something important. You feel this in the small signs, in the details that seem to align in an inexplicable way. And as you wait, you prepare yourself, because you know something big is coming. You look at them and see someone worth waiting for. Someone who, even with their imperfections, makes you want to be a better person. Someone who awakens feelings in you that you didn't even know existed. And that's why you choose to stay, even when everything seems uncertain. Because you believe that true love always finds a way. The journey to this point has not been easy, but you know it was necessary. Every challenge, every doubt, every moment of waiting was a lesson that brought you here. And you feel stronger, more prepared, more certain of what you want. Does they also feel this? Are they ready to take the next step? Days go by, but what they feel for them remains. It's a flame that keeps burning, even in the strongest storms. And that flame, they know, is what makes this love so special. Because it's not just any love, it's something they know is worth fighting for. And that's what keeps them strong, even in the toughest moments. They realize that true love is not about perfection, but about acceptance. It's about seeing the other as they truly are, and loving them nonetheless. And they know that's what they feel for them. But does they also understand this? Are they ready to accept what they have? While they wait, they cling to hope. Hope that they will find the words to express what they feel. Hope that time will bring clarity for both of them. And more than that, hope that the love they share will be strong enough to overcome any obstacle. They look into the future with optimism, even when the present is uncertain. Because deep down, they believe that all of this has a purpose. That each moment of waiting, each doubt, each sign from a universe is leading them to something greater. And it is this belief that gives them the strength to carry on. And then, They take a deep breath and look up at the sky. They say a prayer, asking for clarity, for strength, for answers. And deep in their heart, they feel that these answers are on their way. That the universe is working to align everything. And while they wait, they continue to believe, because they know that true love is worth it. Here is the image generated with romantic and mystical nuances, reflecting the deep and magical connection between the couple. I hope it resonates with the message. If you need anything else, just ask. Smiling face with smiling eyes.